I'm both excited and not excited for this rematch here. We played the Commanders just 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. And it did not go especially well. Now, we only lost by 10. And we scored 14 points in the fourth quarter. But for the first 3 quarters, we essentially could not move the football. Their quarterback is Tua. It was a rainy game. We launched 4 picks with Cody Bailey. At least 2 of those were not my fault at all. But 2 of them I could at least accept responsibility for. It was tough to run the ball. Saquon had a few yards at the end of the game that really boosted this number. He might have had 2 or 3 carries in a row for 20 yards overall. So this line was really not near as good. But the point is, we struggled offensively, and we really we're not in a position to win the game as a result, despite it looking like a 10-point game. We were not in that game. Now, getting Nick Duval back, and this week especially, getting Andrew Thomas back. Chris Lindstrom didn't play last week, but will play in this game. We are at full strength. This is our team, and I'm really excited about the potential of this squad. I really am. I have high expectations, and I think we're more than capable of beating this Commanders team. 2 things have changed since the last time we played them. 1, Chase Young will play today for the Commanders. And 2, despite starting in that game, Daniel Brinkley will not play. He was injured. Broken ribs for Brinkley, which I think he sustained in our game. So he's done for at least this game and probably will be back next week. And then their starting left guard, I presume Ben Powers, will also not be playing. Now, I haven't really focused too much on the scouting because we've been losing a lot, but this is the week to decide our scouting national focus, and I really don't know what that will be. A lot of you want me to focus on quarterback. I am, after 2 seasons, 1.5 seasons, not ready to give up on a 22-year-old quarterback. I'm just not. But our scouts' expertise is defensive end. The strength of the national class is defensive end. I think it only makes sense that we set our regional scouting as defensive end. I also want to go into franchise staff here and give us a little bit of a boost on offense and defense. You can see I've been working on XP over the course of this series, somewhat in terms of staff modifications in order to get up to an additional focus player. However, we need to work more on our offense and defense. I want to boost release for receivers, and we're going to get that up to a +3. I want to boost carrying for quarterbacks so Cody Bailey doesn't fumble. And oh my goodness, do I want to boost catching for wide receivers and tight ends by 5. That is a no-brainer. No-brainer. Too many drops this year. I'll boost impact blocking for wide receivers. And then defensively, we really have to start unlocking some things. And I don't know. Let me decide what I want to do. So we'll boost the injury rating for defensive players. That seems like a no-brainer first and foremost. And then I would say play rec by corners is the way I'm going to go instead of safeties. And then, yeah, we'll continue to boost this way. Pursuit for corners. And then we'll do catching for corners as well. Where did Tua beat us last time? I think the medium pass completely destroyed us. So I'm going to try that this week. And then player health. I need these guys to be healthy. We're going to go half pads, and we're going to split. No injuries. I don't really like outside runs in this game anyway, so run inside feels like a natural fit for our game plan. And then same thing, half pads and split. And I'll also throw Nick Duval back into the focus players. He can be one of the best tight ends, if not the best tight end in the league, before long. I want to make sure that happens sooner rather than later. Do I have Cody Bailey in there? I might not have Cody Bailey as a focus player. Am I brain dead? I think I might be. But it's really hard to think if I am or not, because if I am brain dead, how would I think to even know? We're going to do strong arm for Bailey, who moves up to an 81 overall. I talked about this at the end of last episode. I need throw accuracy deep. And despite upgrading what it says to upgrade that, I cannot get throw accuracy deep. Now, the thing I do like in this stretch, in this grouping, +1 throw under pressure, that's now into the 80s. Hopefully that makes a massive difference. And one way to look at it is, okay, it's only +1. What does that do? Another way to look at it is it's up to the next threshold. So if 80 is a threshold for the ratings in order to take a step up in play, he might improve dramatically, and I'm hoping he does. Jamin Davis, 10 sack performance would have been crazy. That'd be an NFL record. 10 tackle performance all over the field for the Commanders, although I didn't see any tackles for loss, no picks, no forced fumbles, no recoveries. I don't know. No sacks, tackle for loss, or turnovers forced. How good of a game could it have been? But here we go. We are back at home. No rainy, crappy Landover, Maryland. We are in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Beautiful town. There's nothing there. It's the stadium. It's the Meadowlands. But the rest of New Jersey is highly underrated. I feel like a lot of people just think upstate New Jersey, which I don't think anyone's ever called it that before, but the north where you have just like industry. But there's a whole lot of New Jersey that is, you know, out in nature almost. You know, very nice places. And of course, the show Jersey Shore, when you think of the shore, you probably think Pauly D, Jim Tan Laundry, if that's not before some of your time. Anyway, game starting, New Jersey, beautiful state. And we'll start by kicking off with Wyatt Anthony. Yeah, there's some shit in New Jersey, no question. You can say that about a lot of states. But that being said, I did move to Texas. So, couldn't have been that great. Tua, 11 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Looking to go for over 2,000 passing yards total after this game. And we're looking to hold him short of that. And I think we will. I think Tua throwing for 300 yards is doable. But hopefully it does not happen. Here we go. Antonio Gibson, I felt like was held in check last week. We'll look to do that again. It's read option, and Tua taking a massive shot from the Don to start. The King of New York, the Don of New Jersey. Dontrell Cobb making the tackle. I forgot that Tua loves to go read option. Kind of weird. And they're going to check down. Logan Thomas, wrapped up by Dory Jackson, brings up third down early in this game, looking for a 3 and out. And you know what? We might go quarterback contain here because Tua's a little wily fella. Got to keep him in that pocket. It's a screen. We read it. Get over there. Leonard Williams can't bring him down. Antonio Gibson outruns Adoree Jackson and moves the chains. We had him. Just could not get out there with Dontrell Cobb. I feel like historically I've been so good at defending the screen pass with my user linebacker. Usually the Mike linebacker. But this year it's been a lot tougher. That's going the other way. Yes! Darnay Holmes steps in front. That's an interception. Jahan Dotson could only play defense. And it's a Darnay Holmes interception. Big play, Darnay. Making a big play to start here for the Giants. Love to see it. Tua with time just opted to go for Jahan Dotson, who was not open. Good coverage and a bad decision, more than that, by Tua Tagovailoa. We got the football. Let's go. Cody Bailey will take the field. Had a pretty good game a week ago. We'll see if we can pull up the numbers from that game. And nope, just the season stats. Looking to go for over 2,000 yards of his own in this game. 13 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. And as you guys noticed in the previous game against the Browns, man, Nick Duval is absolutely what I said he would be, which is a spark plug for this offense. He's been unbelievable. And man, these Giants uniforms are looking great in the sun. Love to see it. And hopefully we can play as good as they look as Saquon will drop the first pass of the game. That's on me. Tried to rack catch that. Didn't think Cole Holcomb would make a play, and he did. So a little bit of a mistake there, and we get an incompletion as a result. But that's a tough play, as we'll quickly throw for Kadarius Toney. Just take the yardage. 3rd down and 6. Drive has not gone as we would have liked, but we're going to go for the tight end, Nick Duval. Good route, good catch. Did you expect him to drop it? We'll see a drop every now and again, right? Like, he's not the best tight end of all time, does have the best hands that ever there were, but he's going to catch a lot of passes, and we couldn't say the same about Jaden Rhodes, unfortunately, because I know we had high hopes, high expectations. We'll go down the field for Odell. Passes incomplete. Had Kadarius Toney. I just thought that the safety was going to take the deep route, and so maybe we threw to Odell a touch early here, but tried to time it. And it was a little bit too early because it let the safety stay in the play. Kadarius Toney would not have been open. But the problem is, unless maybe we left trigger passed it all the way to the sideline, which I got to do more. I got to remember that. Just threw it too early. Didn't give the safety a chance to get deeper down the field to cover Tony. So just the timing was a little bit off there. Looking to scramble with Cody Bailey, and I think we are. Cody Bailey, Vanilla Vic. Yes. It's so funny. Everyone on Twitter was like adding me in all of the tweets about Saquon calling Daniel Jones Vanilla Vic. It's like, dude, I've already tweeted it out. The people don't check. But it's good to know you guys are thinking about me. I appreciate that. Saquon rumbles forward for a first down. I got to get to something else here. This is not going to work because it's too much going down the field. This could be effective though. With that as a drag, Larry Smith, you got to catch that. Man, our catch in traffic has been poor. Larry Smith has like 96 or 97 spectacular catch, and you wouldn't know from seeing him play. He really hasn't been much more than a deep threat and someone we throw underneath to at times. Been a little bit disappointing in that regard. We're going to give Nick Duval a chance, and that's why Nick Duval, touchdown. On a very hard to convert 3rd and long there, who do we go to? We go to the best player on the offense, probably. Performance-wise, it's unquestionable. It's Nick Duval. That is a mismatch, and that is a touchdown. You cannot have that little guy covering 6'4", 240-pound Nick Duval. It's not going to go well for you. We showed there why. He's just too good. He's too good. You got to double him. It's nice to be playing with a lead. I feel like it's been a while, as this will be a run up the middle. Gibson, broken tackle. But it's Xavier McKinney who wrestles him down. And I would say, I'm not sure if we had the lead for any moment in the game against the Browns, except as time expired. I think it was either tied or we were trailing for the entirety of the game, and the football comes loose. Hit by Dontrell Cobb. Kiss the ring, baby. Jeffrey Simmons recovers, and Dontrell Cobb, the king of New York, laying the boom. Huge hit on Jahan Dotson. And now that's 2 turnovers on 2 plays targeting Jahan Dotson. Very tough for Tua and the Commanders. Or should I say the Commodores, as Mike Francesa and the Mad Dog incorrectly say. Saquon, huge run. How can you cover sports professionally and think the team is called the Commodores? Unbelievable. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that's fine. That's fine. I really want to throw to Nick Duval here, but it's going to be a trap, so I might high point it. High point, Nick Duval, not even close. Isn't that, what am I supposed to do there? I high pointed, but it's way over his head with perfect accuracy, apparently. Confusing. Oh, they're blitzing. Yep, that was good blitz. Dude, they're bringing the safeties up. They absolutely want me to throw it to Nick Duval. I'm going to do it. Not close. Dude, the bad throws are insane, man. Give me a chance. And it's like, why? Nick Duval. I do it because it works. That's our offense. If they can't cover it, I'm going to exploit it. And Cody Bailey can't throw it, is the problem. So turnover ends up with the result of 3 points, which we'll take. It's not great, but we'll take it. Tua thrown to the flat. It's a nice tackle by Glenn Gore, but it is a first down to Antonio Gibson. Gore playing very close to the line of scrimmage there, not something we see a whole ton of. So he's really supposed to be my deep safety, but he's actually moved up to the nickel here with Xavier McKinney playing over the top. This is a run and a cutback and a tackle by Thibodeau, but the damage is done on that play. They've pretty much moved the chains. We need a big tackle for loss here to even have a chance here to punt. Throw to the flat. Cobb in decent coverage, but Gibson with a step. Good throw from Tua. 6 for 7 for 30 yards right now for Tua Tagovailoa. Fresh set of downs for him, which I don't mind. We were never really going to hold him short of that anyway. As Tua going to take a shot deep, and that is nearly intercepted by the rookie Glenn Gore. I think would have been the first interception of his career. Could not bring it down. That's got to be an interception. Just has to be. No, that's an incomplete pass. 3rd and 10. We're sending heat. Tua going over the middle. That's a broken tackle. And a first down by the Commanders. I don't know. We wanted to get the football out quickly. That's why I sent heat. Football out quickly generally results in poor throws and mistakes and poor decisions. Not this time. Not this time. And I think we may be looking at the last play of the first quarter here. Doesn't have to be, but I imagine it will be. Oh, actually, I misread the play clock. I had the play clock and the game clock confused. No, that they had to snap the ball there, I think. So, that is the end of the first quarter. Defense playing well enough. We are all the way in the zone momentum-wise, if you want to call it that. So, offensive play art is distorted for the away team. I don't think that matters even at all. But, it's true. We'll see if it does anything. Tua looking to scramble, throwing at Trey Flowers, and completing it to Jahan Dotson for the touchdown. We signed Trey Flowers in the offseason. He doesn't see the field a whole ton, but I like his mismatch of size. He's a tall corner. And Jahan Dotson is not a tall receiver. The pass gets to him. Trey Flowers probably needs to go for the ball there and swat it away. It's just really, really unfortunate, and the Commanders are right back in it. 10-7. All right, let's get back to what we do here offensively. Should have juked back the other way, I think. I kind of want to run the ball here on 2nd and 9. Nope, we're going to go Duval. Oh, okay. Cole Holcomb really had an opportunity to shut that down and just left it. Lucky for me, because it was not the right read. Brings up 3rd and short. We definitely have some options here. And we're going to throw for Odell. That's a sick route and a nice catch by Odell. Odell Beckham Jr. with Kendall Fuller in coverage. Moves the chains for the G-Men. And I want to turn into the Big Blue Wrecking Crew. I really want to be. But right now we're just fighting to stay in games as opposed to really beating the brakes off anybody, as Cody Bailey will throw it to a lucky fan. And that's why the fans love him. 3rd and 10. Got to move the chains here. We're going down the sideline. Odell Beckham Jr. hit in stride. Good ball from Cody Bailey and good catch from Beckham. Don't see enough of that. We maybe had 2 different receiver options on that, Nick Duval or Odell. But I think Odell was the right call down the sideline. As long as it was an accurate ball, we were going to move the chains there. Although I'd be blamed for it if he missed it, because I'm throwing purposefully. It is 1st and 10. We're going to go right back to Beckham. Maybe a block from Saquon. Either way, it's a 1st down. And we are now into the low red area and threatening after the Odell Beckham Jr. catch. I'd love to pound this in with Saquon. I think that would be best case scenario. They're going to bring the safeties up slightly. Could be tougher as the box gets stacked. We'll see if we can get in there anyway. Odell, good block, and Saquon down to the 1. I like the impact block boost by receivers. I think we saw Odell on the outside there. And that is a touchdown. Saquon Barkley. Odell again with a good block. Saquon, TD. I'd love to see more of those. They're a little bit more rare than they should be, I think. Just because it gets so difficult to run the ball on like 1st, 2nd, and even 3rd and goal when they know you're going to run the football. They stop it. But maybe the receiver impact block boost has done something for us. I don't know. We had a hole. Maybe I just hit it. Maybe I haven't seen him in the past. Either way, good game, good result, good play, good drive, good everything. 17-7. Get outside. Ooh, that's a good read from Tua. Bad angles by my entire defense. We were responsible for the curl to flat with John Boss there, and it just didn't end up going into that area, but we had to cover it. Obviously, we didn't know about that, but it did end up leaving the middle open with just the play design of the defense. So that's a good job from Tua in the offense to hit the open man. This is a read option. We can't hit Tua. Big hit. But Tua holds on. When Tua gets out into space, yeah, the tackle would be nice for 3 yards or so, but I want a fumble because a turnover changes the game. A 3-yard, 4-yard tackle. As it's nice as we have 2 missed tackles by 2 rookies in Boston Gore. But a turnover completely changes the game. And I'll tell you, we had a window here, a stretch, where the opposing quarterback was putting the ball on the ground when he was taking a big shot. Hasn't really been the case lately, which is extremely frustrating. You have no idea. Or you have some idea, because you've seen the games as Tua should be sacked. Manages to throw it away. We can't miss these opportunities. I'm blitzing Ojulari. We're coming up to the line here. We're making Tua think about this blitz. And it is a blitz. He goes to the flat. Logan Thomas brought down. And it's 3rd and 3. I think this easily could be a pass and probably will be, but we have to be aware that it could be a run. And it is. And Antonio Gibson is shut down by Quincy Roche. Why did you think you could run on us? I set up to stop the run, even knowing it could have been a pass very easily based on their offensive tendencies so far. But they opt to run, and it was the wrong call. But there is a flag. If this is roughing the kicker by a CPU defender,
personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
It'll be an automatic first down for the Commanders. Xavier McKinney, you idiot. Unbelievable there. Unbelievable. If the Commanders come away with a touchdown here, I'm going to be absolutely disgusted. It's going to be a screen. We are not equipped to defend that. Although Darnay Holmes did a good job. I do like the idea of Glenn Gore covering the middle of the field. But this is man coverage. We could definitely get torched on this. Tua will throw and will complete it to Jahan Dotson. Darnay Holmes with fairly good coverage, in my opinion. Just not good enough, obviously. Now it's 1st and goal from the 2. Will they run it? Will they pass it? Looks like it's a run. Antonio Gibson, with power we've never seen from him, shrugs off a would-be tackler and at least gets back to the line. Robinson now into the backfield for the Commanders. Tua under center. Will give, and Simmons gets pushed off. Robinson fights off another one and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Unbelievable sequence. Can you tell that drive was scripted at all? Roughing the kicker turns into 2 broken tackles that may have been tackles for loss, and they score the touchdown. Insane. Conservative tackles, man, they seem to not work like they should. Does make for a more entertaining game for you guys, though. But I want this team to win, so I'd prefer it not to happen. We might give Odell a shot here. Famous last words. I think we got him down the field. Bailey hits him, and Beckham can't hold on. Pass was a bit low. Pass was a bit low. If we could get that out in front of him, it's a huge gain. That's a miss. I'm going to put that half on Bailey, half on Beckham. Because 1, you got to catch that for sure. 2, we need a better ball. I mean, have him run underneath it. Should be a touchdown. Didn't get it. 3rd and 8. Got to convert. Just Beckham can't catch it. I didn't really work to the open corner, which was actually the primary read of the play. I didn't do that. Big mistake for me. Because I think the corner on the left side, which should have been Kadarius Toney, I believe, may not have been, but I think would have been. He looked like he was the most open, but I checked Nick Duval. I worked back to some of those ins, and they just didn't get open. The corner looked like it may have been, but you never know with the throw and the catch stuff too. But still, really unfortunate. We missed the shot, which was the right call, I still think. Just didn't work out. 2nd and 1, under a minute to play here. Tua will throw quickly, kind of a natural screen there. And more broken tackles by the Commanders for extra yards. Tua, 18 of 22 for 156 to start today's game. 30 seconds remain in the half. We need a turnover. I feel like we've been cheated. That's got to be it, and it will be. The Don comes away with the football. The King of New York kissed the ring. Dontrell Cobb, easy reads, green eggs, and ham. Dontrell Cobb, user pick, easy reads. Throw out a sack, great pressure from Simmons. Dontrell Cobb in the perfect place, perfect result, and there's time to score. 21 seconds remain in the half. It's not impossible. It's unlikely, but it's not impossible. But the big thing is keeping them off the scoreboard. That was huge. That was huge. Larry Smith across the middle. That's a great ball from Bailey. We'll call timeout. That had danger written all over it. Got a bit lucky. Working off play action. Linebackers actually come up. Couldn't hit Toney under pressure. You guys know Wyatt Anthony can drill from anywhere. As long as we can get close to midfield here, we're going to have a chance. And we're going to step up and run. Bailey takes a shot. We'll call a timeout. Maybe Hail Mary range. But I don't think we'll be able to hit it. No, we're going to have no chance to convert this. We'll try for Saquon. Maybe make some magic happen. We complete it to him, but that's all we'll get. And that is the first half. Entertaining first half. Commanders have turned over the ball 3 times. We've not really been able to capitalize on the scoreboard, only up by 3. They've had more offensive snaps than us. They're out rushing us by a yard. They're out passing us. How have we not managed to do more? How is it so close on the scoreboard if they've turned over the ball 3 times? Lack of success on offense, but I don't think we've played that poorly. It's just been a few things that have kept us off the scoreboard. We'll get the football to start half number 2, though. We'll have Larry Smith back to return as always. And I think the defense did the job as Larry Smith has space on the turn. Larry Smith has speed. Larry Smith into the open field, past the 30, past the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown. Larry Smith energizes us in the second half. Kickoff return touchdown. We needed it. We needed that. Larry Smith, electrifying. Huge return, huge boost. Great for the offense. When the offense is struggling a bit, they're making mistakes. Do it yourself. And Larry Smith, who's maybe being outplayed by Wan'Dale Robinson lately, maybe a game or 2, I don't know, ends up making a statement on the kick return. That's why we take those out. 24-14, Big Blue. This has got to be a run, right? Yep, stretch, run right. Dontrell Cobb in there. Tackles made by Derek Cooper. But Dontrell Cobb made it all happen. And they'll give him credit probably for the TFL there, but I'm not sure that play happens if not for Derek Cooper wrapping up Thibodeau in there as well. Dontrell Cobb, good read and reaction. 3rd and 6, very big third down here for Tua. A lot of time left in the game, but you really like to convert this if you're the Commanders and want to stay in this game. Would be a little bit difficult to otherwise. But again, plenty of time left. Tua under pressure by his own offensive line and eventually will be sacked. Azeez Ojulari, I think Jeffrey Simmons may have been in there as well, but his own offensive lineman restricted his movement. It was Sam Cosmi, but not by his own fault. Tua ran right into him. You got to know where your protection is. And Tua makes a big mistake. That's why quarterback sacks are a quarterback stat. Commanders will punt. Larry Smith, just catching his breath, is already back out there. And it shows on the return, couldn't do too much. And we're showing our hand here. We are running the football. And it looks like they knew how to stop that. 2nd and 9, we'll work off play action. And we'll take a shot deep down the field for Nick Duval. Duval got hands on it, could not bring it down. 3rd and 9 now for the Giants offense. Once again, don't mind taking the shot. Just not a very high percentage play. And it is 3rd down and 9. We'll throw quickly for Odell. Good timing, good catch, chains move. 2nd and 3. Saquon very close to the first down here after a good run on first. We'll bring in Deontay Foreman. I do like Zach Beck, he's still a rookie. Deontay Foreman was here a year ago. Do want him to play as well. He'll get the give, and he'll have space and speed. Foreman past the safety. Foot race to the end zone. Deontay Foreman wins it. Touchdown Foreman. Hook 'em. Deontay Foreman touchdown. I haven't had many Texas Longhorns in franchises that I've done. Haven't been able to throw the horns up. But Deontay Foreman breakaway speed. Unlikely. He rushed for like 2,000 yards plus in a season at Texas. And is starting to come on really strong for the Panthers in real life and has a big breakaway touchdown here. I didn't expect it, but I am not complaining. It'll be 31-14 Giants. Love it. Oh, ball came loose. He was still standing. It's recovered by Ojulari. Another turnover by the Giants. The Big Blue Wrecking Crew is alive and well here in 2024. Gibson got the give. Simmons met him. Cobb with the late hit. Not late in the fact that it'd be a penalty, but late to the party, and I think that football was moving. Giants will take the field, and this is not going to be reviewed. It's Giants football all the way. Barkley with space. Saquon goes for 8 or 9. Only his 9th carry of the game, and maybe that's part of why we're down. We've been able to run the ball a lot more effectively than we were in previous weeks. Maybe the run inside player or game modifier is working. Maybe I'm being more patient. Maybe the holes are just there. Maybe the addition of Andrew Thomas back is huge. This guy's got some titties on him, huh? Oh no, bro thinks then speaks. Bro, let the intrusive thoughts win. And the ball off. Barkley cut back. It's a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. Quick release for Duval. He can't make the catch. And it is 3rd down and 8. See what gets open here. We're going to trust Duval. He's going to make the grab, and Nick Duval into the end zone. Surprised in a way, but man, that is not how you defend that. Got to play the receiver and get the football instead of just diving for the turnover like that. Because that's how you allow 6. Big mistake. Nick Duval catches it, turns upfield, touchdown. He is a beast. 2nd touchdown of the game for Duval, and 2nd touchdown of the game in back-to-back weeks for him. 4 in 2 games now. It's only the 3rd quarter. We could see another one. It's 38-14. Haters. Dude, I know we started 1-5. We're 2-5 right now. We had so many injuries. We were playing in rain every single game, it felt like. You give us good weather, you give us a healthy team, we're going to beat you. Only 41 rushing yards for the Commanders, as Logan Thomas covered well by John Bost. And I think they've really been in a position where they have to pass. And we saw them light it up before. Tua's been fairly accurate, but it's the turnovers for the Commanders that really have them down in this game. You turn over the ball 4 or 5 times, you're going to have a tough time beating anybody. Is Tua going to get sacked? Is that Quincy Roche? He's all over today. I mean, that's his 2nd big-time play I've noticed. Why is Quincy Roche even in the game? He's making plays. I don't care. Love it. 3rd and 13. Commanders need to convert here. And it's going to be a check down. Trey Flowers all over it. And they'll probably punt here on 4th and 7 from their own 28. They're counting on a stop. They're counting on something, but it's not coming. Our offense is cooking. Their offense is bad. Real bad right now. Larry Smith return opportunity, though. And that's all it was an opportunity. Okay, well, their defense was a bit better on that. I really want to give the ball to Saquon, but I'm not going to run the ball on 2nd and 11. And Chase Young is in the zone. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. We're going to throw down the field. It's Kadarius Toney. And he's going to make a man miss down the field. Tackles evaded all over the place for Toney. Tony's got me tongue-tied with the tongue twisters. With the Toney unbelievable action. Bailey throwing a duck. But it got there. It got there. Toney with a beautiful move to evade a defender. Is that the Don? They're showing the Don. The pan up. Menacing. And Cody Bailey, I didn't really think he had that throw in him, to be honest. That's a tough throw on the run. No question. As Barkley will be tracked down from behind. Safety's going to rotate over. That might leave us one-on-one for Beckham. We're going to throw it up to him. He has a step. He makes the catch. There is a flag. But as it stands, that is an Odell Beckham Jr. touchdown. 1 off the line. But they are showing Mark Lewinsky, and that is not who I wanted to see. It's a hold, and the touchdown is erased. We get 2nd and 18 from the 38. I mean, it's big mistakes every time we have a positive play. Not every time, obviously. We're up 38-14 as we're sacked. But it's too many times. Play action there is a bad call when it's 2nd and 18. I recognize that. 3rd and a billion. If we can convert this 3rd and 25, I will be shocked. But we're going to give Nick Duval a chance. Ooh, would have been a nice catch. Could not bring it down, but we will try a field goal with this lead. Oh my goodness, it seems like he's going to drill this. It's 62 yards. Is this just what 99 kick power looks like? I didn't get all of it. Wyatt Anthony's kick is good. From 62... Dude, can he just drill from 70? Wyatt Anthony, man. I mean, absolute cheat code. Pitch right. They're still going to run the ball. Glenn Gore does the job there. Was going for the hit stick with Dontrell Cobb. I won't lie to you. We're going for the game ender. I mean, it's 41-14. Inverted score is never a good look. And, yeah. Tough. Tough to be the Commanders right now. Don't care. Plus ratio... Yeah, I know you guys love the ratio. 2nd and 6. Ooh, good defense. This is the best football we've played all year, no question. And in case you're curious, oh, was there a slider change? Nope, can't even do that if I wanted to. My league is super broken, even after the update. I can't kick a commissioner. I've tried to kick Gil Dangus from the league. I've talked about Gil Dangus about 70 times as they're going to target Logan Thomas downfield. Glenn Gore going to save a touchdown, knocks him out of bounds. I've talked about Gil Dangus about 1 billion times. There he is, right on cue, bottom of the screen. What's Gil Dangus? I've talked about it 70 times in this series. It was when my franchise file pretty much got screwed over with the draft revert, as Tua will throw it away. I tried to do whatever I could to save it, and I ended up adding another user to the league, Gil Dangus, my alt account. And Gil, unfortunately, cannot be kicked from the league as much as I try. It breaks every time. It just disconnects me. So he's in the league forever now. And yeah, it's super broken. But yeah, Gil Dangus, I don't even know where I was going with that. But yeah, I couldn't change it if I wanted to because the league's broken. I can't change any setting. I cannot change any user, member, can't toggle autopilot, I believe, for Gil Dangus. So Jags might be screwed long term. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Run up the middle. Gibson is short. Yes. And we are 27th in season ranking for the takeaway. We have 4 today. And I'd love a 5th. Play underneath, hard flat, but back up. So we can bait the quick throw and then have an interception when Tua tries to go short. Perfect plan. Over the middle, touchdown. Got too deep. Got too deep. That's all that was. Touchdown, Commanders. They'll make it a little bit closer, but it's not that close. We'll run the ball on 2nd and 7. Can't really find too much space there with Saquon. Brings up 3rd down and 6. And now we'll pass. That's okay, because I think we'll convert it. Nick Duval wide open. It wasn't open enough. And we'll have to punt. I've targeted him quite a few times today. And the results have been okay. They've been okay. Some of the catches I'd like him to be able to make. They're tough catches, but I'd like him to make those grabs. And we had some options there in the intermediate area of the field. And I just tried to get as many yards as I could. Got a little bit too aggressive in that spot when we really just only needed a 1st down. We're very slightly letting the Commanders back in this game, but I don't think it's anything to be concerned about. This would be an all-time unbelievable collapse by me if we were to lose this game. I don't think there's even a way. 3rd down and 4. Come on, Giants. We're leaving stuff over the middle. That's actually going to be completed. Antonio Gibson mosses Darnay Holmes because who isn't taller than that guy? My 28-41 doesn't even scare me. I stepped out. Oh, God. The screen. Bost is on it. That's good coverage by John Bost. Oh, there's good coverage by Darnay Holmes. We want to force that ball out quickly from Tua. It's not like he's really going to beat us down the field, but we don't want to give him an opportunity to. So get the pressure in there. Don't let him throw these quick little passes that he wants to. Okay, that's a bad dive. Good tackle by Bost, though. And Tua's going to end up passing 2,000 yards passing on the season in this game because they've been forced to throw because they've been behind by so much. But who cares? As long as we get the win, right? Tua rolling out. We'll throw it away. Tua looking to scramble. Dumps it down. Ooh, Logan Thomas caught in a sandwich of Giants defenders there. Brings up 3rd and 3. They're going to move guys around. Logan Thomas goes in line. Was slot right. We'll see if he goes out for a route. He does. Quick throw outside, and it's picked off by Cobb. The Don. Easy reads. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish, and Dontrell Cobb into Commanders territory. Gibson in pursuit. Won't matter. Kiss the ring. The King of New York with his biggest game of the season. Pick 6 to end it. Dagger in New York. In New Jersey. Whatever. Game over. Beautiful stuff. Read all the way by Dontrell Cobb. That's why he had so many interceptions last year. And Jamin Davis letting the team know about it. You didn't do your job either, buddy. We have 48. Granted, 2 touchdowns have come from special teams and defense combined. But still, I mean, you take 14 points away from this, we still dominated on offense. Oh, it's a screen. Dontrell Cobb all over it. Another TFL for the Don. We needed Dontrell Cobb to come out and look like he did in his rookie season. Cobb has been very good this year. Has been somewhat lackluster this season so far. Oh, man, Glenn Gore. No one can hit stick Antonio Gibson for some reason. Is this a joke? No, that was 4th down. Yeah, good try, I guess. I want salt in the wound. We're taking a deep shot here. I might go Nick Duval, ISO, right side of the field. Do something about it. Jump ball. Couldn't come down with it. All right, man. It's disappointing. We'll go back-to-back runs here on 3rd and 3. Saquon, gonna be short, I think. 4th and 4. We'll bring it down to the 2-minute warning and then try a field goal, and I'm sure make it. Oh, you know what it is? I'm holding all the way down, and we get extra height on the kicks. Nice. I guess I've been doing that subconsciously, because 59 feels a lot more like 52. I like it. Wyatt Anthony drills from deep. Tua has been so paranoid in the pocket in the second half. I love it. He is freaking out. I mean, look at him. Look at him. I mean, every single drop back, it's run around, scramble, try to throw in the run, throw it away. He is really struggling. And it's not all on him, but he's not played well today. Good coverage. Bring up 4th and long. Did they even try here? They will try and convert this. Okay, good luck to him. That's going to be intercepted. Adoree Jackson steps in front of it. Tua with another interception on the game. And yeah, that's going to be all she wrote. 6 turnovers to our 0. I'm not going to say usually it's the other way around, but it's been close. All right, 1st down ends the game. Up by 30. Here we go. Anything would have probably ended the game. But that is over. That was the final snap. Final score is 51-21. Giants over the Commanders. You know what? We'll give Saquon one more if we can get it off. Oh, we do. Don't get injured. Don't get injured. Saquon ends with about 5 more yards. We'll take it. Massacre here at the Meadowlands. Massacre at the Meadowlands. Love to see it. MetLife Stadium sees a real treat. Now, Cody Bailey was not super accurate this game, percentage-wise, but that's not all on him. There were some drops. There were some missed throws, for sure. Tua, nightmare performance. 2 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Threw the ball 52 times. Did have 31 completions, but that's, I mean, you throw the ball that much, you better. Saquon only averages 3.5 yards per carry. Only broke 4 tackles on the game, which I guess that's a fine number. But Deontay Foreman, 1 carry for 41 yards in the TD. Pretty cool. Cody Bailey, 2 for 17. And then receiving, Odell with 2 drops. Nick Duval had 3, but did have 2 touchdowns. The 3 drops, though, are not like your typical, oh my goodness, how did he not catch those? But tough throws, tough catches. I'd like you to come down with them, but yeah, 3 drops is not great. Kadarius Toney does what he does. 3 catches for like 40 or 50 plus yards. He's just very consistent for me. Love it. Saquon 2 catches for 10. Larry Smith with 1 catch for 17. And then defensively, MVP game ball goes to Dontrell Cobb. 10 tackles, led the team. 2 for loss, although Jeffrey Simmons had 3. Half a sack as well. Quincy Roche with a sack. Azeez Ojulari brought him down. And then Dontrell Cobb, 2 interceptions. Darnay had 1. Adoree Jackson had 1. 4 pass deflections for Darnay Holmes. 2 forced fumbles for Dontrell Cobb. Recoveries by Ojulari and Simmons. And then a touchdown for Dontrell Cobb. He had a touchdown, 2 forced fumbles, 2 interceptions, 2 tackles for loss, and 10 tackles. What a game. Vintage Dontrell Cobb. Dontrell Cobb, of course, has an upgrade as well. And if that performance didn't get him Defensive Player of the Week and now a Superstar X Factor challenge in the next week, I'm not sure what will. I'm not sure it's possible to have a better game than he just had. Second-year linebacker out of Notre Dame. He has the under pressure ability. We might end up getting something else, but I think the good stuff is going to start to unlock at 85 overall. Something if I had to bet. Yeah, like secure tackler would be nice. Some of this other stuff, I'm not sure. A lot of it, like, we can unlock. I know enforcer is good, but we need 90 overall run stopper, and we just don't have that yet. We'll try run stopper here. That's going to temporarily boost him to an 85 and jump his regular overall up to an 84. Plus 2 pursuit, plus 1 tackle, and plus 1 zone coverage. All nice upgrades. And we don't have a breakout challenge, despite probably winning Defensive Player of the Week. 10 tackles, 2 picks, 2 forced fumbles, and a touchdown. Doesn't even show the 2 tackles for loss. Nothing on offense. And I think that might be the first time we've won anything all year. Lonnie McDowell had 4 sacks. He was somebody we were going to target in the draft. Akil Edmonds, 13 tackles, a sack, and a pick. It's a good game in week 3 against the Saints. But yeah, I don't think we've had anything offensively, which could change. We're starting to play a little bit better. The weather's been nicer. And against the Bengals, we'll be hosting them, so hopefully another win. Oh, it's a nighttime game. That'll be interesting. But in order for that to happen, I got to end this video and see you guys in the next one. Take it easy.